It's picking up. Wait. Yeah, actually,
There it is.
yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
They're gonna be coming up the ceiling soon.
Yeah. About to have the shoes coming soon too, y'all.
Coming soon. Whoa. That's what the feedback is for.
All right.
Way better. Woo!
I bought the Dutchess.
My bad. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. All right, let's get to shit. Yeah, that's fine. See, son. Yeah, well, we're gonna put that in both. So I wanted to I wanted to get back to the whole talk about like how to build community. So rest in peace to the founder and everything. But like, you give me a little like backup, like found me here. How did each one of y'all get involved and become a part of this?
The thing is, we can't really go further without mentioning Madge. Because like Majesty originally when he did Legendary Cyphers, it was actually a one-off cipher that he did with a couple other people. And at that time in 2013, there was a large influx of youth who were becoming rappers, but becoming rappers more based off of what they saw or practiced from visually seeing something online. Because YouTube was at a high boom at the time, and this is right before Vine and stuff, before Vine and stuff. So you figure out 2013, all this going on, Majesty coming from an era like where I come from, and we both knew each other from like way back in '99. So him, he has such a love for community because he's also an activist that he was like, yo, you know what? Now we need to do this like every week. This needs to be something where the youth can come and from anywhere. Anybody that got bars can come through and just practice their shit. But treat it like a dojo, get it off. You know what I mean? And really hone their craft. And that was the whole purpose of it because he saw a lot of people were just learning from it by watching YouTube videos, which is great in theory, but without practice, what good is the theory? You know what I mean? So that was his whole like mindset behind it. So when he put it together, I know he asked me and Eli Black, he asked us personally, invited us. And y'all talk about it. I just remember getting a phone call. He was like, "Yo, boy, come through. I know you love rapping because we used to always cite ourselves when we met. So I know he called me up. So
Majesty and one of the other cats that was working on him, working with him on building Cypher. I was just around them a lot, so I don't remember the conversations they would have exactly, but they know that I was the Cypher one, so I was always Cypher. Sounds familiar. That's the other thing. We were all already on yeah, that's how we all knew each other. Mm-hmm. So by the time we finally got to the park, it was like people that we knew from the community, people are running us, you know what I mean? And then obviously more people start coming throughout the year, throughout the months. But myself personally, I think I was just around. I mean, I was around before that. I mean, I was
100 in the chat, yo.
Come on, honey. Baby dog.
Yo, listen, man. If you in the chat, put a W up.
Talk about what's the site. What's on now?
Put black and yellow for Legendary Cyphers. Anyways, yo, listen. Y'all RIP the Majesty. Yo, the way I came into the cipher, they had a cipher, like one cipher first. I came like the next week, but I stumbled upon it. I was with some homies, and he was like, "Oh, yo, they rapping over there, it's freestyle." And I was like, "Well, let's go." And at the time, I was already like trying to become better freestyling, so I thought that was nice. So I go, yo, I listen. I'm like, man, yeah, it humbled me. So I'm like, for me to, thanks. I was rapping too, but I was like, me listening to everybody else, humbled me. So I started coming through it every week, And even before that, like when I was getting closer to the circle, I seen Eli and I saw Majesty, and I kind of met them before, like there, because I was in a youth program at the time, and I had cases and all that stuff, and then the people that was in the youth program, they knew like the underground circle, so I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, I'm not in that world. I'm in a whole different world. So when I go there, I'm like, oh, I think I know these people. So we go and rap, and then I listen to them rap too, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So it made me want to become better. So I started coming every week. And the Majesty was really one of the part of the team. And I guess they already had them in mind to be part of the team. I was like, hell yeah, I'm here. I'm part of it. So that made me become better. And at the time, I was still like one of the youngest ones on it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I started like rapping and getting better. And I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. I never really been in a cypher ever. So, and I was more into mainstream hip hop, more than like underground book because of the program that I was in. They put me into that, and that's how I was like, more, I had to say for a lot better than Roland and stuff. So that's why I was like the last person to be part of the crew at that time, and then being introduced to more people in the underground circle, which is like I was like, damn, what the hell is this? Oh, this is hip hop. This is what's cool. All right, cool, man. So that's how I got into legendary Cyphers. And then the nasty came through.
Yeah.
So I came to Legendary Cyphers first during 2008 season, 2018 season 6.
Yeah.
A few MCs in the scene that I knew previous, like they had, yo, come to Legendary Cyphers. Goes down maybe November, first Friday, maybe last Friday, November, you should come through. And I had like heard about it a little bit, but during the time that it started, just about to finish like college and do some good. So got a job, doing life stuff, right on the side. I did an event earlier that year and I met some of the MCs that was like, they should come through. I started coming through. And I'll also say it humbly too because everybody cycles with, the friends, fellow MCs, y'all rap together and stuff. This is the first time where it's like you gotta kind of like know your energy, know how to hop in, know how to like share a synergy with how you rap and use your voice to be heard. There's no microphones being used. So studying how Mickey was doing things, Paul was doing things. Me and Eli, we found out that we were like teenagers, but we always like kept in contact with events we did over the years and out, and each other here and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate I didn't get a chance to really have like a relationship with Majesty. But an event I did in my teenage years, an MC we know named Hassan Salam actually put me on that. He actually was on the team with him. I just didn't get a chance to really build the 17-year-old nasty. I was cool.
It's like meeting like Aaron gets the top of the head, so you can see around and be around the head and roll from there. It's fire. The main thing I was going to say, I was like, no. I felt like nah. And then the second you came through and you felt and you like understood, not just the sense of like, hey, this is how like mob or this is how hip hop, this is how rap culture feel like to me, but this is more of like a growth of like, and this is what the real community can get from you, and this is how energy truly works. Honestly, a lot of people has like fallen out of touch with just unity in themselves. That's what I was gonna ask you guys. Like, how do y'all like continue forward? What do you do with the sense of building community? How do you work?
I mean, I personally, I think it goes with our experiences. When Majesty was still around before, because he had like this big plan, and he was in a sense he was preparing us to kind of run the LC already because he had plans to go out west. So before he went out west, we were already kind of learning things in school. So after he passed away in 2016, that was the real that was the time where we all stepped up. And as far as seeing where like LC goes and how we made it work, is that we realized that community matters, And because the thing is like, look, of course thanks to Maj, we started Cyphers back up this year. Nobody can claim their own Cypher, nobody can be your own person and do it. You know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is, when we started doing something that nobody could do. People like Mickey says every week, like nobody was doing this shit. And after he passed away, that's the reason why we can say that because we stepped up, like we just had no choice. We realized community cared, so we gotta care about the community. Like we can't really put ourselves on top. Yeah, people gonna look at us and be like, "Yo, we won this shit," you know. but at the end of the day, we don't make it about us. And we can't, because that's not what it's for.
And just to add on to that too, like just to break down a little bit too what Majesty did, which is the reason why this community built, was because Your Majesty was part of the organization for the Justice Committee, which also had like some division with like cop watch. So what they did was it was in the neighborhoods and they made sure the phone was out. If there was a police presence in the neighborhoods, yo, and it was messing with people in the community, they was out there like 10, 15 deep with the cameras out, with the phones out, and like, yo, make sure that they're not messing with the people, you know, because it was mostly like I think Washington Heights was Bronx.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he had a crew with him all the time, and he knew like he was learning about the laws and making sure that he was always good to communities. So he also led marches. One of the big marches he did too was when Freddie Gray got killed, and he had I don't even know how many people got there, but they shut down Brooklyn News, and he was leading it. And so he was definitely more than just like the rapper. He was an underground rapper, trying to get more into the mainstream thing, but he also came up with Monster Island Zog, which is under Doom's crew. You know, he came through with the battle rap scene. Um, so it's like you like they don't know his story like that. Yo, if y'all want to check it out too, like yo, Legendary Cyphers.nyc, check out the website. We got a section about page. We got a little tribute who Majesty was. Yo, he went out to Palestine and he did a cipher out there. That song, and like there's a mini doc of when he went out there with resistance, and like they had a cipher in the street, and the people was coming up to them. They was like, "Yo, thank you," because yo, if they out there, they would have got arrested. But because hip hop is what brought all of this together, it's like, yo, the one quote that he said that Holy Rhyme, what Biggie said, yo, it's crazy. It's amazing how hip hop take it this far, you know. And it's like he's out there, he's building with the youth out there too, with some of the kids that are going through like the Israeli occupation and stuff. So doing a cycle out there is amazing. Like never really seen something like that. Him going out there was a dope thing to do. So that's why I said like people don't understand why this is more than just like hip hop in general. It's like a community aspect is because he was really about it. Like he led marches, he was in the community, make sure they don't mess police don't mess with black and brown communities, and then just going out to Palestine to be a safer. That's epic. Like you don't, bro.
It's fire.
Well, that's definitely
The fact that he
right.
was able to get out there and not only spread the message within your own thing, but understand the fact like this is not just cultural. This is like a universal way of actually communicating with people and building communities and spreading not just like knowledge, but like entertainment. The whole point of opening up and building a community is to have something that people can all come together and form around and stay. Taking it somewhere where their whole concept of community, the whole concept of like a lot more of peace, understanding, or just like, you know, camaraderie. It's not common now. You know, the fact that you was able to go over there and you can still get people out, especially with being free, friends of like anything over there, it's restricted. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why like it's important to always highlight that part of what he did because people just think we're out there and yeah, we rapping and stuff, you know. You know, the trolls is always trolling live streams and stuff,
Yeah,
but they don't know they don't know the backstory of like, yo, this is bigger than what we do in the square.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always important to highlight that and the reason why this community is built. Like I work with youth too, you know. So that's why it's like I did a 360 on me. So when he does stuff like that, it reflects on what I do too. And some of us here also work with youth before, you know. So that's why it's like the rapping, all of that is cool out there, but it's a community, it's an aspect of what we do, you know. So hey, RP Majesty, you know.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Personally, I love the fact that, like, so it's funny, by the way. We just talking about this conversation, like, a while ago. And I'm just like, the lack of, it was you. You're like, huh. The irony of what was going on with no G Cole, he's like, oh, yeah, no more models. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like, that's a funny way to put it. But that's mainly like, on top of a level of mainstream, on top of like level of like how instead of showing more of a community based focus, it's all about like individually and monetize value and so on and so forth. We're just like, huh, the fact that we can't sit down and actually point out to somebody who has been either impacted or the community is crazy. Because there's always somebody making shit shake. There's always the communities, there's always somebody whose voice is not being heard. Our job is to help go find those and help produce those, push those out, and project. To hear this, it's like a wake up for everybody else too. Everybody can list a whole bunch of their favorite, like or maybe like low key underground and everything. But for somebody who's really pushing shit for real,
I think what's interesting is that what we do, I feel as far as part of the culture that we've become over the past 12 years, we have become part of New York City, rap culture. But I still feel that like for some reason it's not a personal thing, but I feel like because people are so busy cloud chasing that they seek venues or they seek areas where they're gonna get a one-time shot in front of the camera, and it doesn't matter where it's at. Whereas that's cool, but that's benefiting you as an artist. So unless you're ready to go, you have a team behind you that's ready to work with whatever attention's that's gonna get you from there, then fine, do it. But if you don't, I feel that it's a setback to people that are trying to be artists because they're assuming that this one thing is their one shot when they can literally come to us every Friday from all 4 seasons from May to November and just hone this shit.
I was about
And
to say,
it's like
you know how crazy that is to be like, yo, there's a whole source right in front
yeah,
of you.
yeah, it's literally just
And
come
you outside, shaking whatever, like, doing whatever, and not getting the same level of substance or any soundboarding I have a solid community.
You don't even have to do like people who play and they perform 15, 20 minutes, they gotta sell 30 tickets. You know what I mean? They gotta pay the money, they didn't sell the tickets or whatever. If you get more fans by coming up to that better person, they don't have to freestyle comes to
Yeah, word.
Somebody might like 90% followers.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Do it every week. I mean, it's 270 followers.
Yeah, it's like we tell people like, yo, look, you come to the Cypher and practice. You got a show coming up, practice your shit. You spread it out. You don't gotta you don't gotta do it all. You gotta try to impress us all. Like, take it 10 minutes. And listen. Just like if you if you recorded 5 songs that week, right? And you wanted to practice them, spread it out. Spit a verse, wait a few beats. When another one comes out that you match this shit, spit it again. Like, it's just all about getting those jitters out. That's like what we were going about earlier. We all have a theory about what we want to do as artists, right? Even I myself, like, I've been doing this for 30 years. Like, I still have a theory about what album I want to put out, but unless I'm putting shit into fucking practice and I'm making shit work and I'm really fucking listening to the beat, challenging my flow, challenging my vibe. Like, how do I vibe rapping around a bunch of motherfuckers I don't know? Because rapping around a bunch of people you don't know that's also rapping is the equivalent of you rapping or performing in front of an audience of people that you don't know because those people have never heard you before. So what's the difference? There is no difference.
I think that's also why like now you see like a lot of rappers you'll watch let's say you see them on tour and watch people performing. Half the time they performing over their tracks. They're not actually rapping to the audience, but it's like they're rapping and singing along. Yeah. Even if they're not performing to their tracks, like they're rapping with the audience, you know what I mean? Shout out to cats like Kendrick and Action on that, they rap and perform, but like a lot of people they don't have that experience of being able to step into a cycle and just rap. Or even like all of us, we all come from underground scene where you gotta perform the song. You can't go to one of these open mics to showcase where we come from and rap over the vocals. That's like the ultimate. It's like karaoke night. We don't do that.
But my question is, who actually like so most people that come to the site they pretty much have like a pre-written like verse, or do they come like off the dome like they just start straight?
Whatever you do.
I would say at least 90%.
freestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, we allowed the writtens, right? We had people out there with a paper.
paper's crazy.
We had it with a phone. That's so cool. Because the thing is, like, one thing is, we don't boo people. You know, that's corny.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, there has been hecklers, like, being there, like, yo, you nicer. Like,
Y'all not freestyle?
yeah, and it's like, we're like, yo, you nicer, so jump in the same thing. And if not, if you know somebody that you think is nicer, yo, tell them to come through. But it never happens like that. Well, sometimes it does. But when it happens, like we step in because we also battle too. The main focus is not the battling aspect; it's the cycle. So we bring it there when it's like, you still talking. All right, cool. So let's go. So jump in. All right, then we go back and forth 3 rounds, and if you still cool with me, we give you a pound, and that's it. Let's go back to the cycle. So that's why it's like we that's what we allow all that type of thing, and is we even have dancers, that come through and rap while they dancing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it's like there's nothing what other people are doing what we do. So that's why it's like when somebody is trying to like say, oh y'all corny, it's alright, so come through. But we there to protect it. Or even other people that come for every week, like they also protect the side that, oh, what do you think like that? And then they start battle rap, but we just like go with the 3 rounds and then let's get back to the second case. Like it gets boring now. It's like you're killing the energy. Yeah, it's like let's get back to the rap. And it goes back to it. So that's the reason why we do that. We still like we treat it like a gladiator school for me. That warriors don't have genders or nothing. Everybody has to sharpen their sword up. So that's how we treat it as the dojo. So if you're not around great people, you're never gonna be great. If you want to be better, you have to be people that are way better than you. That's how I learned coming into the side too. Like most of the people who were nicer than me, I'm like, nah, I gotta match that energy. So I gotta keep going until I'm able to match that or go beyond it. So that's how we learn.
Also, what I like to tell people too is that, because I remember like what was it by the second season. Honestly, because it's always like this unwritten rule, you got freestyle and cipher. So I probably by like the end of the second season or like midway is when we started telling people like, yo, just do the written verse. Because like it hit us, because like we realized something like there's like this thing, because like unfortunately, in most cultures or most music cultural genre, whatever, it's very masculine based. You know what I mean? So a lot of the masculine identity of rapping is when it comes to cyphers, all you got to freestyle. So it was like the thing is, and what made me realize like yo, we gotta start telling people to do this shit. Is because we had people like I don't know YC when he went by YC the Cynic at the time. Like I remember he came by one time, like my voice so smooth. Like they got bars, but they don't freestyle. You know what I mean? They don't really freestyle like at all. Like I know why doesn't do that at all. It's so smooth and tempered. It's not you gotta do the shit. So that's why we started telling people to write speaking written because who are we to deny those who are around us listening their greatness? You know what I mean? Like just because you don't freestyle doesn't mean you ain't got no bars. You know what I mean? Like just because you know what I mean? Because there's people that can write some fucking masterpieces that can't freestyle a fucking lick.
And Majesty, Majesty was actually the main person.
Yeah.
He always fit a brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Always, and then he'll try to add it to our freestyles here and there, here and there. Yeah. He wasn't that nice with it, but he was always trying to become better. Or he always was spitting like the range, and then we go, we like, oh, he about to spit. Once he did like 4 or 5 lines, it's about to be crazy. I gotta listen real quick. So that's another reason why I like it.
And just to show the other flip side to that, doing that is this that to use Magic as a good example is that even though he would do his great verses, he still would practice his freestyle because he said how the 3 of us, would always like inspire him to freestyle. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, he want to get his part. He want to get because it's about just being versatile. You gotta have range in your shit. Flip side to that.
Like I feel like there's a stigma to like cats that freestyle.
Yeah,
For ages, people think that it can't make music.
that's
But
true. That's it. That's put that together.
I'm ridiculous watching people in the industry do like a battle or a freestyle competition, and they'll be like, "Nah, I think I know how you need to stop." They won't even give me a chance. I swear, right? Like everybody that goes to the cipher, like I'm not gonna say everybody, it's not everybody takes the music thing serious. Four of us, like all of our painting is free, like you know what I mean. So that's the thing about cats that freestyle in the cipher. Like they could do both. They choose to freestyle. You know what I mean? When they're in the cipher,
Yeah.
everybody there, we all got verses, we all got songs. You know what I mean? I think that's something specifically about our community too. Like I remember, like when I was like in my early 20s, late teenage years, like coming onto the scene. It was cats freestyle and they were writing, but it was still kind of like, it was still kind of true to stigma a little bit, like some cats in freestyle, you should really make music like that. Now, like within our community, it's like cats get bangers and they coming out on Friday and freestyle 4 hours. Like, it's different, it's just different.
You can listen to a lot of them on our playlist that you can find on Tidal and Spotify.
Tell them what it is.
But yeah, yo, check out. Nah, cause like one thing it goes back to the community, right? Cause you go to platforms, right? They'll either interview you or you do 1 or 2 songs on that platform, right? And that's it. Now with us is when you can rap at the cipher, yo, we do performances now at the cipher. Okay. And we got Spotify playlist, a title playlist, and a YouTube playlist. So Spotify and title playlist are people that got the artists that comes to us at like I tell them like, yo, you got a song that you just came out with or something, and we promote it all the time. Yo, we put it on our playlist. We got a music video, I put that on the YouTube playlist. So all the people that could go, we email blasted, you know, and or we post it on social medias. So yo, go check out this music video. So somebody just dropped a music video that's on our playlist, check it out. So the listening goes up on Spotify and Tidal, and the views go up on YouTube on the video. So we we don't just do the cipher and rap, and that's what I meant earlier. Like people don't even know that it's beyond the cipher. Yeah. So it goes. Yeah, so it's like it's more than just a rap. It's like yo, we got these playlists. Yo, go listen to the music, and so that's how we build not just a community but an ecosystem.
Yo, I was gonna say,
Someone has a question. They said, do y'all know about boy better known from the UK?
who?
They said, do y'all know about boy better known from the UK?
Boy, brother.
Yes.
Let's see.
You don't know them.
Okay, boy better known from the UK.
Boy, better
Nah.
known. I have no idea who that is. We'll have to Google that.
We might
We'll have to
look
YouTube
up.
that.
There might be some code over there from the UK. Okay.
I mean, we do have UK rappers that come out here, so maybe they came through on time. I mean, I don't know.
They said Jam ME and Skepta and them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know who we are.
It's not doing it.
You know what? Pop out.
I think also stigma of ciphering too is that people feel that when they get past a certain level of how they rise in their experience in life, that they don't necessarily need to go back and revisit their learning ground, their stomping ground. And what I despise about that is that at the cipher, like we've seen artists come and go there, you know what I mean? We've been part of the local community out here in New York, and it's been an honor to do so, and we'll continue to do that always. But I feel like people need to come back. That's why, like, yeah, we do want artists that are out there. You should come to the site. You know, shout out to CJ Fly, who was out there this past summer. You know what I mean? For coming through with some of his own music.
Yeah, we gotta shout out to Robin Ramesh.
Yeah, shout out Robin
Yeah,
Ramesh.
we're part of an episode out there that it still hasn't come out. Speaking of the UK facts, man. Yo, whoever's talking about the UK artists, if you know Robin Ramesh, apparently they famous out there. Yo, that episode hasn't aired yet. I mean, we can't see it because
It's gonna be fire though. It's gonna be fire.
CJ Fly is a special guest on that episode, so definitely stay tuned with that. I don't know when it's coming out, but I told him to hit me up. You know,
But even like those experiences are dope because like we should have artists come out and even just come out and rap. Like, you don't gotta tell nobody you come in and be worried about getting like notified or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just come out and rap with us. Because in the beginning we've had I still remember the first night that Saul Williams pulled up, and he was actually in the crowd. And I was the first one to know. I was like, yo, Saul Williams. I was like, yo. I was like, I went up to him, I was like, yo, I was like, hi. Because I used to be in the spoken word game back in the day too. So, so I was really excited. And I asked him, bless us. And he really did. Yeah, and he ended up rapping with us for like an hour. Like an hour. An hour and a half. He was just chilling with us. I mean, we've got plenty of people. We've got people who don't want to mention that. Wow. Cause fuck them, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we could mention it.
No,
we don't win them.
No, we don't entertain it. No, that's because at the time when Diddy was promoting the revolt shit. I wasn't there, but he popped up at the site. But yeah, he probably.
It was like,
We have a YouTube channel.
We have the clip. Yeah.
2013, I think.
that's right.
2014.
Yeah, I was about
2013.
that. We can mention, but we don't.
Yeah, but it's like. We got places. We have Mickey Facts collaborating with us before. He collaborated with us before. Oh yeah, no, she played Catwoman in the show. Yeah.
She was, I don't know if the doctor series.
Yeah, she's the one that played young.
She was dancing though.
Oh, she had that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
That shit, I fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah, and she pulled up because she saw that little mini doc of Majesty.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we thought MySpace was dead, but shout out to Ibis. He's the one that he was working on MySpace at the time, and he put that together in 3 other episodes. And the Majesty one had like over 1 million views, and we thought MySpace was dead, So
that's crazy.
Because she told us like me and Madge, and was like, wow, that's crazy. We didn't know people was actually splashing this. That's why. So shout out to her, yo.
No, for real. That's right.
That's all.
Yeah, that shit was not freestyle.
What was really dope too was at the beginning of our second season. And that matter of fact, it was a season premiere. It happened the night of the season premiere. It just happened. This life made this happen. But Rodney P, who's a legendary MC from the UK.
Speaking of the UK,
speaking of the UK,
yeah,
he actually was in New York filming things for his documentary about hip hop. Happened to stumble upon us, and then him and Madge spoke. Next thing you know, we're in the documentary. So like we're actually in a few documentaries out in the UK.
Yeah.
Shout out to Madge for making it happen.
UK for showing love. So we also had another documentary part of it was based on a song rap.
Yeah.
With Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. There was a group of women that put the documentary together. They hit us up to want to do a cipher with none but women. So we hit a couple of women MCs that we know. They pulled up, and there was I wasn't in the conversations they had because it was mostly about the women and stuff. So and they talked about like the song about women empowerment and women in hip hop. And it's a throwback documentary. I don't know if there's people can see it out there, but I know we got like our section and stuff on our YouTube channel. Become a member if you want to. Check it out. I'm telling y'all, it's a dope documentary we got in there. Just like the one you mentioned with Rodney P. with Majesty, yo, you do amazing things out here. Well, I can be legendary.
Hey,
You gotta be legendary.
Right.
So yeah. That everything that we do all the time throughout the season has always been like amazing thing. We even have like world champions from those other movement called end of the week. Eli Black was one of them that became one of the came I think like goes second place.
I was U.S. champion. I was third.
U.S. champion.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, we really be doing our thing. Like, also like be nasty as a new member, also because he was going crazy too. And people in the chat, people in the chat, they love it. Be nasty. They're like, yo, man, that person that do that, all over the world, people that watch it, like, yo, that man is nice. So that's on him too. Like,
Man, I was going to the hell Cypher.
Yeah, right. Wait a minute, hold on. Relax. Friday, not
Right, chill.
so our Fridays are Sundays.
That's
It's church.
So they should get some drinks in, baby. Get some drinks.
bringing up the drinks next.
You know what I'm saying?
Got one more round of some light questions. And then after that, we can start on the part.
It's all good.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask, like, each one of y'all, if y'all had, like, to say, in terms of, I guess, layman's terms for y'all, if you had to give, like, either an artist or anything that stuck you on your journey, or even, like, a form of, like, mentorship, or, like, you know what, I'm getting into music, and then I'm getting to my lane, and then afterwards, as you said before, in the beginning, that, like, your artist, your creators as well. You chose to go into that field, and maybe, like, got 100%. So what would you say would be like, yeah, nah, I idolize this, or this might have been my moment that I got into, rapping or making music, making art. And,
Or like who inspires to
who got you? Respectfully, because everybody has like a different form of mentorship, idealism, but it's a matter of like, well, for me, I heard this one out. Hey, I heard this one song, or I heard this over here. I'm like, what do you think? Like,
I mean, for me, it's kind of, it's kind of, I mean, it's different to answer that question because I don't have necessarily a artist that inspired me to want to rap. Because what ended up inspiring me to want to perform or be anything that had to do with music, period, was the fact that I went through a lot of abuse as a child. So that being growing up in a dysfunctional household, being physically abused, and then fucking, being emotionally abused as well, and then coming up in the 80s and 90s, all I had was music. Music was my constant, so it didn't matter, because I could easily say like, Motown, like Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye. I can easily say Bruce Springsteen. I can say a bunch of artists that have inspired me along the way. Motley Crue when I was younger. Sister and shit. So like there's a lot. I think it just has to do with the art itself. The being able to express creativity, knowing that someone out there proves to me that I'm not alone. You know what I mean? For me, that was honestly what got me. As far as rapping and choosing that was going to be my medium, that would have to be. Even though I don't agree with him at all, he's not one of my heroes anymore. But it was definitely KRS One because of the way that he spoke about like community and the way the way he presented himself like a teacher. And then you had like Big Daddy Kane, who was definitely very bar heavy, Slick Rick with the storytelling, and then for me, at the one that on my level as far as because those were already heads that were like getting old school for me.
Yeah.
So it was like the one on my level had to be Biggie. Because I collect Biggie from book box too. So yeah, all of them pretty much. So yeah, I have to say Biggie. Nobody does. I actually have a. I'll tell you why. The reason why I have to give him that homage is because when he was murdered, I unfortunately, out of my anger, instead of mourning, I took it out. I was like, man, fuck that shit. Instead of that shit, she was talking back and forth. I was angry about the situation. You know, because it's like, how is it that in hip hop, motherfuckers are dying like,
Yeah.
you know,
Lots of
bars and bullshit, you know? So yeah, so that shit, I was really upset. So, and then the fact that my daughter was born on the year anniversary of his death. So, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel connected to him. I met her mother on the day of his birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then the crazy shit is, and I like saying, I gotta finish it. The reason why too is because on his Life After Death album, there's a song called "Somebody Got to Die," right? And one of the verses, 'cause my real name is Jason, so in one of the verses he shot Jason holding his daughter, and my daughter hadn't even been born yet. So I didn't even know I had a daughter.
Wow.
I know it is. I know it is. It is, but it's like, but that's why like it's wild to me. That's why like Biggie definitely was the one that made me. Besides my friends who were freestyling around me, for me wanting to say fuck it, I can rap too. Was Biggie was trying to fuck it. Biggie was.
The triple on Jonathan with the biggie on everybody.
Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot.
Hey, look, man, I'm doing this shit.
Appreciate you, though, for sharing. Yeah.
Oh.
So for me, I'm like an only child. My cousins were like my big brother, big sister, and stuff like that. They used to, come to me from school. I spent a lot of time with them. I used to get hurt to the remote. I want to watch cartoons.
Yeah. Stuff coming up. It says young conscious is here.
Yeah.
It says, what is LC? My son Eli chilling.
Yeah, I can hear him saying it too.
Alright, yeah, go ahead, bro.
So just listening to what they listen to, kind of growing up with them because I was like the little cousin for everybody for me. And then my dad, what he listened to, a lot of like Curtis Mayfield, Rick James, like a lot of soulful stuff. And then my cousins, they're teenagers when the war report is out. It was right in his house. A lot of Mob Deep, a lot of Nas. So, and they rap too. And I thought they freestyled like everybody. I never saw them like around. So when I was like, I want to get into this, you naturally want to be better than who you see doing what they do. Yeah. I love for them, but it's like, this is the standard. I gotta do this. I gotta try out do this. And then grow up and find out, nah, you have to like up this. You was freestyling, you was writing, so you know. But I started writing. But I'll say like my personal goal as an MC, Nas. Yeah, the way he like takes his imagery and puts it in rhymes. He was a prison cell in last words. A gun on I gave you power. Yes, crazy to like really do that.
Rewind joints too.
Yeah. No, that's the stuff, bro. Yeah, what's up with you? Oh, that was you?
I feel like I can't. It's hard for me to say what got me directly into rapping, but I was always doing something with music, even as a kid. Like I would make cassette tapes, listen to the radio. I would, dub cassette tapes off other cassette tapes just to have my own joints. I think I definitely had a. I remember we used to travel to Virginia to see my family. We used to take the road trip, and I had this cross cassette tape. I had immature, immature.
Yeah.
I had they don't really care about us all the way down my house and woke But and then at some point I swear I remember being like 8 years old and for some reason I freestyled in the shower. Freestyle. I was going on that shower, but I was
It's more like water.
I think definitely kind of like born just like going to certain things as a kid. Like I remember when we specifically me and my family moved to Bedside and it was still Bedside who got Bedside. And I remember that's kind of like when I really started listening to the radio more. And specifically there was a DMX performance on Social News. We did Who We Be, Who We Be, and we did when I seen this way he was performing, tank top jeans, but all the athletes like Shaq and all the black stars, they was all in the audience, just, like hypnotized by that joint. I used to just like picture myself like at him performing that all the time as a kid, you know what I mean? But I started writing at some point, but I think I really understood writing. I heard a couple of Wayne verses when I was a kid. When he was still like Lil Wayne, like rock his top. But he was like spitting punchlines, and I was like a kid, like every day my birthday, like carrots like a vegetarian. And I was like, wait, you can do that? Like I didn't know that was a thing. You know what I mean? But I started hearing him do that, then I started hearing Jay-Z do that more. And I was like, okay, I'm seeing like I'm understanding the rap a little bit. But my overall influence, I'm constantly being influenced.
I just say one thing. Someone said, Young Country said, "D Nasty got the Timbs on or not?"
Come on.
Energy, man. Yeah, right.
Oh,
You're young conscious, you gotta relax.
Easy on my boy.
Yeah, relax. It's the fact that you know it.
God damn, that's
I want to shout out my favorite rappers, though. My favorite rappers in no specific order. MF Doom, Homeboy Sandman, Black Thought, Nas, Lauryn Hill.
Hey, I love the Lord Hill.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm young. I feel like we're the young ones, obviously. But I listened to a few MF Doom songs. Like he's fire. Like I should definitely listen to him way more. To be honest.
Take your time.
Yeah. He's fire.
It's not easy listening.
I guess it's a little bit different because a lot of the stuff we talked about beforehand has been a lot more, I guess, less impactful. It's been a lot more like melodic, a lot more easily interpreted. It's just like, I guess, easy digestible.
Yeah, mumble rap.
It's candy, you know?
Like don't tell me it's like you listen like this
He's
is
bumping that
he's
shit.
bumping that shit. Now it's like you just good just vibing, bro. Like you don't have to listen to the lyrics no more.
It's a quick
Yeah, for sure. It's just like every time that like recently we were like we were talking about it earlier about how YouTube jumped and everything too. Every single time media has changed, everything else is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So now there's times where we go like, oh yeah, that was cool. I remember before we talking about like, oh yeah, no, this song would be nice. We're like, nah, bro, it's a ringtone. It's like, what are we doing here? And now
intentional.
you know what I'm saying? So now when he's like, yeah, man, I just sat down and busted down and dude, I was like, bro, of course. Most of the funniest shit is every single time we go through and we read through rhyme schemes and like that, or beforehand we would see some people how to go through like stanzas and different forms of like rhetorics and everything. It's just like they would reference a lot of other people actually understood how to describe it and how to go through it because not only were they, artists, musicians, but they were like actually like I would say like a literary genius. They would understand how schemes work. Right. And then if you listen to any of the MF Doom shit, bro, you'd be like, why the fuck is this so hard, bro? It's just like, whoop. Alright. My bad.
That's funny. You know, that's how it was funny for me. That's how I felt when I first had the Black Moon enter stage. Because Black Moon, I love Black Moon. That was the first album that I actually, and like that ass, like I grew up with everything, Wu-Tang, all that shit, but Black Moon, that album enter stage was the first one that I was just playing back to front. The only two songs I didn't like were the ones with the Pop and MC. He was the one rapping. So I wasn't a big fan. After that, I wasn't really a fan. Bro, that's like when people listen to the Fugees, ain't nobody gonna be like, yo, Problems fire. You know what I mean? Like, everybody know Problems is the weakest one of the Fugees. Everybody, it happens. So it's like, so Black Moon. Black Moon, for me was Pop with MC. Like, I wasn't really a big fan of it. No discredit to him. But I love BDI, you know what I'm saying? I love Buck and I love deep production. And that album, man, that shit definitely was one that also. But going back to the big thing, when I was just sitting here, remember, it's like he was the first one that I actually sat down and I wrote all the lyrics down and Who Shot You.
Oh wow. Who shot you?
I remember that shit. That's how I wanted to learn how to write. You know?
Shout out to Buckshot too for showing us love.
Word.
At the 50-year anniversary of hip hop, Top Square.
Yeah, we got Buckshot.
Is there any modern day rappers you guys like fuck with?
Yo, I'll be real with you. I fuck with. I really fuck with like I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why this came to my mind right now. As far as right now in this day and age, but I love. I don't care how I sound saying this, but yo, I like Doja Cat a lot.
I mean,
I do like. Bro, wait, nah, listen. I'm tell you what convinced me. I'm gonna tell you what convinced me on it. What convinced me on it was her verse in Kill Bill remix.
Yeah, bro, this was stuff.
You listen to that verse. Yeah, she got there's a nobody. That's what I'm saying. Nobody listen to this shit. Nobody know about it. It's not played a lot, but then she doesn't. She got a verse on that Scissor remix to Kill Bill, and the way she delivers that shit and the bars in it, I'm like, yo. It hit me. I was like, yo, I really like. I like
She's a
this
lyricist. Like,
she a lyricist.
people don't know that her come up is she was a lyricist. No, she is a lyricist.
I like her. I like Megan. I think Glorilla's dope. I'm not really a big fan of the dudes, to be honest with you. I'm not. Like, dude, I'm not.
Yo, man, you 3 for 3.
Modern vibes. That's what I mean. That's what I'm like, yo.
I say maybe like
Current age versus modern is the best thing.
like yeah, like maybe like I'm trying to think of a year. Maybe like
Jerry Tyler like 50. You came out like 09.
Dylan Shaka is crazy. Yo, but the thing was, he made like one album. Like I listened to the album too. But I was like,
It was more like a collab album.
yeah. That's what I'm
But
saying.
it
It's like-
changed.
yeah, nah, he's dope though.
I mean, modern wise, I know I'm tight that he got killed though. Was XXX Tentacion and Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
You know, and I like Doechii too. Like she's dope. She's fire. She's not creative too with the music. Yeah, but like Pop Smoke and Triple X, like they definitely one. They have bars with themselves, but also they both in different lanes. But they definitely could have been like superstars.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because as much as like Triple X, he was able to go into every genre, and he could rap. Like, he could really rap. He's like I feel like if he was alive and I had a connection to him, yo, come on to the Cyphers. You know, definitely would rap with us, and I feel the same way as Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh, we ciphering? Oh, like I feel like that's definitely something that the new modern things. I mean, people that from this age, I'm like, damn, them two, they would have took off like crazy.
Yeah.
And I think Doechii's already like a starter on her own.
Yeah.
You know, she's nice with it too. Yeah. Like
No, it's good.
I feel like she could rap at the same too. I always see like, yo, who could come out rap? Like as much as like modern people, like I know those definitely will come out. Other people, I don't really know. I feel like Doja Cat is cool. Doja Cat was
She really got you got to listen to that first.
I think I'm just generally at the time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm with you with that.
Cypher got me spoiled, yo.
He's like, I'm eating good over
I tell people that all the time, like, yo, like, I don't even be writing raps at the time. I be making beats and not even writing raps because I'm just like enjoying the experience. Like the Cyphers, like imagine just watching cats rap for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of rap. That's more rap.
That is a lot of rap. Yeah.
And to think that you know the three of us out of the four since 2013 have been doing that every fucking Friday. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's a lot.
I'm the kind of cat I love listening to music, so I'm not saying I don't listen to music. All I do is listen to music. But as far as like listening to like modern rap, I'm just not that I don't vibe with it. I'm just spoiled, so I'm not like looking for it as much. But I'm at home. I'm listening to at the time everything but rap, honestly.
It was funny. To piggyback on that, you said exactly what I say to people a lot of times. That this is the reason why, like, for me, when I hear like even now when they praise them, even y'all praise them enough too. I was rapping already before he came out. You know what I mean? Like I already started drawing. I already started going. I knew I wanted to be a rapper. I already started rapping. So not to say I was out here. I'm just saying, like, as far as my point is that, like, once my brain processed the idea that this is the artistry we're meeting, this is the vessel I want, I no longer could listen to. I can no longer listen to rap and all the same way. So I can't listen as a fan. So to this day, it's the same way. I don't listen to rap music at all. I'll listen to anything else as a fan, but when it comes to rap, I can't. Because the moment I listen to anybody rap, I'm listening to what their cadence is, what their flow is like, how they following the bars. Like, what is it they're doing differently that people are so wild about when they're rapping these bars? You know what I mean? Like, I'm too analytical. And it's not because I'm judging them either, it's because I'm learning or I'm adapting or I'm trying to see, like, how I could, what would I have done differently? You know what I mean? Like, so that's why, like, yeah, that's why I can't. I don't. I'm spoiled by the cycle too. Like, I like listening to motherfuckers freestyle. Improve shit. But as far as like, if you tell me even with Cardi's new album is, bro, I want to hear it, but like my attention span is not the same. I'll skip through it. Like if I know it's fire when I hear most of it that I skip through is dope.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's why a lot of my homies that do music, I'm like, yo, I'll even tell them to their face. You know what I'm trying to tell Eli also like, yeah, bro, I probably don't listen to a lot of this shit, but I love you. Because I know you're dope. Because if I know you're dope one time and then I'll check in and you're still dope, you're good. You're good in my book. Like I'm not worried about you. You know what I mean?
I will say this though. Anytime I listen to somebody from the Cypher, it's how they drop the album. I listen to it. Cause I'm like, yo, I'm not exactly like, but I might take 2 months to listen to your album. I'm gonna go back and listen to the album. I'll be on it for a week, you know what I mean? But anytime I listen to somebody from the Cypher, yo, it's so refreshing. And I'm like, yo, there's no way there's anything else that sounds like this. Like, they be playing, let's say, unreleased music, we just be like, oh, I saw the alternate universe ending in that. um, nah, but yeah, like it's just it's so refreshing, man. Like it's a whole community of cats that really make good music. So I'm not just trying to plug them in. Like I'm actually like thoroughly entertained by my friends. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because a lot of us, like, we do music. You know what I mean? And like even for the young homies that come to the site, like Jay Mill,
We got bangers.
he got bangers. He playing joints. You got people like like Mike Bizzle or like Nick the Great, or like Classics the writer. You know what I mean? These are all people that have come through that we've seen growing, not just growing the site, but have used the site as part of their growth. And I think that's what people need to realize too, is that we're not ever gonna tell you that we're the reason for anyone's growth. But we would love to say that we are part of your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's really what it's about at the end of the day. That's why we're here. That's why Majesty things happen. The reason why the three of us continue to keep it going after he passed away. It's the reason why we brought on D Nasty. It's the reason why, we have meetings. The reason why, even as far as the future of us goes, like the three of us know that there's going to be a moment where the three of us are going to have to step away. And D Nasty probably.
He's like,
I'm saying? No, like, think about it. No, like, it's some real shit. You know what I mean? It's some real shit. Like, yo, when we get to that point where we got people that we know, like, you know what, this is who's gonna take over for, like, when the three of us go. Because D Nasty came in 2018. That's still a young motherfucker right there.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so he could be the one running the next generation of LC. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, the whole point is that, like, I want people to see that. Like, that's my personal thing. Like the homie that asked me about the interview we did, he asked me a question like that. He's like, what would you want? Like, I want us to keep going forever. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. Like, we're not out here doing some once in a while shit. We're not out here going like, oh, it's Women's History Month. Let's just do one thing for one time. We're not here saying, oh, it's Black History Month. Yo, every black motherfucker come out here, man. Come on and rap with us. We're not here saying, oh, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. Oh, you brown motherfuckers come out here. You know what I mean? Like, we don't cherry pick when the fuck we want to tell people to rap. we're out here every fucking Friday, just come rap. Yo,
We go with all 4 seasons.
exactly, all
four
four.
seasons. Yo, we experience.
You know what I'm saying? Spring to winter.
It be like 30 degrees weather out there.
Yeah.
25, and you still see like 60, 100 people out there.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy. So that's definitely
Like we want everybody out there. We don't be out here like we don't be out here like this fucking what's that word I'm trying to say? Fuck man, pandering. We're not out here pandering to motherfuckers because of certain months that pass by. Like, I hate when people do that shit. And the thing that I hate the most about that is that it's artists that have to change their mindset too, because they gotta look at it like wait a second, why do I care so much about this one time opportunity that is not gonna really get me much? Because even if like look, let's say even with this podcast here, right? I love what we're doing, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if I look on Twitch right now and you had 5,000 motherfuckers watching. To tell you the truth, out of those 5,000 motherfuckers watching, 500 are actually gonna probably come check us the fuck out. Out of those 500, only about 50 are really gonna fucking stay around to listen to all your fucking music anyway. And out of those 50, only 5 of those motherfuckers are gonna probably be like, hey, man.
I'll buy stuff.
Exactly. I'm not gonna switch merch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's true though.
Because we live stream the second all the time. Like we go on TikTok, on YouTube, on TikTok. Yo, it be like throughout the night, it be like 40,000 people watching. 30,000, right? And on YouTube, it'd be less than that. It'd be sometimes throughout the night like 100. You know. And at the moment, it'd be like 20 people watching. And on TikTok, it'd be like 1,000, 500, right? But throughout the night, you see the numbers, and you could tell like who's actually going to our YouTube channel, checking the website. So even like through the analytics, you can see all right, there's a lot of people on TikTok, but it's not reciprocating enough to actually watching our videos. You know, so that's why it's like the way you broke it down was really because that's exactly what happens.
I think TikTok is where it's really just views, bro. Like the fan base is not as strong like YouTube or like Instagram. So I feel like YouTube's probably the best one.
No.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's not to say like let's say we had 3 million followers, we're not gonna be eating off that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? That's the obvious. But it's just that I feel that people who are, let's be real, a local level of artistry. And when I say local level, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It just means that there's levels to shit. Just because you are top tier talented doesn't mean you are top tier. Like you know what I mean? Just because you have, people seem to forget like 100 people can feel like 1,000, but it's still not that many people. You know, you gotta utilize everything you can. So that's why these one-off things that people want to always, nah, I'm gonna do this, or like, yeah, I'm gonna show up and ha ha ha. Yeah, that's cool for the moment, but we out here every week. You know what I mean? We out here 12 years. Like, yo, that's 12 years, man. That's 12 summers. That's a lot. That's a lot of bars. Yeah. That's a lot of shit.
Bars so big.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, like we out here, like Mickey says it all the time. Like Mickey says all the time, yo. Shout out to the people that want to be like us because I get it, but at the same time, we're not hating on them. We're not even mad that they exist. It's just that, like, yo, it's about the artists. People got to change their mindset and look at the resources they have around them rather than assuming what's going to be the quickest one to get a few people to watch.
Yo, shout out to Canada, shout out to Australia, and shout out to India. There's people that started Cyphers out there and they got inspired to do this shit.
Hey, that's a fact.
Florida, shout out to Florida.
Yeah, they weird.
Like, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to, like, for instance, if you don't want to know, shout out to Ari and home. Like, we had a really good
one. I don't know if y'all know Ari. Homie that be outside with
White Boy
beats.
Oh, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like, he's fire too. His whole concept is fire. Like, I'm glad he ran into you. What's funny is the day that they ran into him, I was working. And when I was at work, one of my coworkers was walking by, called me. I was rapping on this shit. So we all went viral at the same time because of that. Not to say because of it, but what I'm trying to say is that even something like this, like that happened to us naturally, right? But the thing is, what's great is that, but even he has people like trying to like make sure they go, yo, on streams like What you got today?
No, we
I'm
can't
gonna
be
go.
on
I'm
that.
gonna go in there just like to get a rap it. But it's like, no, man, I done it too. But the thing is, but I feel like what's crazy is that what I feel is that what bugged out is that the intention behind that though is good. See, our intention would be like, you know what? Why not show a couple people? You know what I'm saying? Whereas another's intention is like, I need people to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big difference. There's a big difference in how you approach it. And I feel like that's what people need to do with us. They need to stop seeing us as, you know, no, you sight. You come through a sight, man.
And just the other things too, like yo, shout out to Aubrey. You know, shout out to Graf.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know who Graf is, but he's a known rapper. I think the sound of Rock Nation.
Shout out to
Shout out to
G.O.D.
G.O.D. Mr. Viral.
Viral.
He always goes viral with different things.
Nice.
And he brought out Graf at the first Cypher this season. And Graf was like, wow, you know, that's crazy. So they're rapping at the Cypher and showing love, that's dope. Already popping out to the Cypher too. You know, the beginning of this year, like in March, yo, we went super viral.
Yeah.
Like it was me, Eli, T Blaze, Make the Grade, and Young J. Edie Matrix too, yeah, like we Young Conscious, yeah, oh yeah, Young Conscious in the chat, yo. So we went super viral, yo, on all platforms, and that's what got us to gain.
Yo, the most watched reels was when they was on, it had like 20 million.
Yeah,
like when the month was over, it had like 20 million.
That was crazy, and
LC.
that was also the beginning of his trajectory of more people watching him because he didn't like there was people already rapping with him before, but we went a lot crazier, you know, and we was all freestyling, you know, off the dome, and then I was the last person on that. Yeah, I was. Everybody was like, "Yo, why you dissing the? Why you dissing the?" Because you look like Elon Musk. Because of the equipment he had, I was supposed to be open. Ooh, you know, so, but I. But then when you see the video, you got police sirens in the back. It was like, it looked man like straight hood, like nothing outside. And he was like, yo, that's crazy. So he caught us in a dope because we at the time we was like meeting up every Wednesday and that and outside of the cycle, you know, to build more of this community. You know, getting to know us even more, getting to know the other people. So, yo, man, randomly we saw him. Yo, he said, yo, I'm come back. Yo, he came through. Yo, back. Yo, and all of us that was part of this, like from born, even like the nasty recently, like you got posted, and and we just all like because of that we all started getting more followers and people started to know more about the site and then people started going into like YouTube, you know. So that's why it's like yo, shout out to Ari for that. And also outside of the cycle season, sometimes we get booked to go to colleges. Like we do we teach about the cipher. And also, we was on National Geographic.
Word. Matter of fact, yes, in 2017 issue of May 2017 issue of National Geographic.
Yeah, we was it was called Genius. The front cover was Albert Einstein on a board writing something, and they put MRIs on freestyle rappers, and they put MRIs on jazz musicians, and they compared the frequencies of when they improvise and they freestyle. So they looked at it like they were saying that those that are able to improvise reach a certain genius level. And to add to that is that I would be like we all like reach a genius level. Because without you know, you actually do freestyle in your life every day without you even knowing that you're doing it. But when you wake up, trying to figure out what to eat, you might have your clothes out, you might have your day plan, but you about to catch the train, but the train is gonna start what you gotta do. Like you gotta be like, yo, I'm gonna hop on the scooter, on Uber, or whatever, and it's like, yo, now you're improvising. So that's why they always say, yo, what you see yourself in 5 years. So now you gotta think like what you want, but it may be throughout the time period, your life changes. That's right. So now it's like you're improvising. So that's why freestyle aspect is such a science to it that it's like people don't know that it's just more than just rapping. You know, when you come off the dome, you gotta think of a punchline. Make sure it rhymes. Make sure it makes sense, whether it's something serious or something funny. So you thinking in the speed of light. So that's why it's like rapping is more than just putting a voice together. It's really a whole science. Even like the whole cipher aspect too. You know, because it came from the 5%ers. You know, the knowledge came from that. So, you know, standing in your square, you know, so that's one from 5% knowledge came from that site, you know. So, yeah, so it's a whole it's a whole science to this. Like it's a whole science to this. So for people that be like, oh, those are just guys rapping, you know, putting words together. But it's a science.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that like I don't know, I can't remember if I ever had this process when I was younger, but like 11 freestyling since I was 16. For me, now is the point where like as a rapper, like same thing when Mickey just said, he's right. You got you're thinking on the spot so many things in a fraction of a second that when I feel like people like us specifically, because like I said, like and I'm not trying to like create a bigger aura, or, like I say, I'm not trying to aura, you know what I'm saying? But like my whole thing is like with that ass, but like when I say Eli, Mickey, and myself, well, every year for 40, we've done that every fucking year for 4 hours at a time. Not to say we're rapping 4 hours straight, but we're rapping every time we're there. You know what I mean? And we're rapping outside of these things too. When Eli's doing his shows and when Mickey's doing stuff with the youth, you know what I mean? When I'm getting asked to do stuff. But even at the time when I was working for this tour bus, I was rapping tours. Like my whole thing is like we rap so much is that you get my phone. Yeah. But my point is that you rap so much in this mindset that what happens to be in a fraction of a second, internally you slow down time and you broke down every movement of what got you. Because like what he said was when I'm rapping and I'm hearing like as I'm rapping, even as I'm talking to you right now, you see as I'm talking, your thought process is just creating on the spot. So it's the same man, it's the same thing. The only difference is I think what people don't realize that was holding them back from freestyling is that they're too stuck in their mindset of what they think a rapper's supposed to be because of who they idolize.
Ooh, okay,
you know what I'm saying? So like if like me, right? If I grew up watching baseball and I'm like, yo, okay, cool. I see it. You would think, okay, motherfucker just swinging the bat of the ball. No, there's a science to it. You know what I mean, everything they do, there's a science to the shit. So it all depends on how I look, how I approach the shit. You know what I mean?
shit, we don't have to break into that more. But first,
Yeah, word.
Trust me. So now the fun part of this stuff is the drinking part of stuff. If you want to partake, if not, it's okay. I'll drink some more. I don't know. So hey, I'm slick. But so essentially here what we do like Dumb Delusional podcast is we'll have a vibe, like interviews, vibe is understanding flows, understanding business, practices, things. Then afterwards we get more human about stuff. So obviously it's Dumb Delusional. Clearly it's not the best thing, but honestly it's not just about vices. It's also more of a matter of just like how you go about solving, moving everything, and how you deal with that like in your lifestyle present. Like I said, sometimes it's a movie, sometimes it's a thing. It's perfectly fine. In this case, we have everybody come by. Sometimes, usually it's going to be something a little bit more healthier. Usually we'll have like, in this case, we are going to do a blind test taste. You guys know what type of beverage it is, so that's fine. But y'all didn't try before, you don't know anything about where it's from and everything as well. So we're gonna do like obviously this little sniff and like figure out what it is. We're gonna do a blind rating. We're gonna be figuring out if you guys can figure out what it is exactly, kudos to you. But other than that, if not, you can figure a little bit more to find out. So what the options see and people are from.
What your nose picks up.
Exactly. And then afterwards, obviously afterwards, yeah, hey, look.
No, there is like I could I'm getting a big apple smell.
Very good, very good. And then last but not least, enjoy. Yeah, let me know how you feel from the scale of you feel 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 for it as well.
Yo, but you gotta do like this to taste. You gotta.
No matter, yo. It don't matter. Cheers.
Actually, not bad.
Cool. Damn, my
You
bad.
guys go through a whole time. What's it like when the E&J say?
Honestly, just tastes like some real red wine.
Nah, it's actually better than I thought, bro.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you.
I wouldn't know the brands or anything.
Hey, you're about to find out. So, the reason why we do the blinds, step one, I don't want nobody out there drinking anything that's bad. And two, hey, look, sometimes we see these.
Sometimes it's been that.
I don't think there's nothing Merlot.
No, I wish.
Merlot's a lot missing.
There you go. There you go.
I can show you.
Okay. All right. Obviously,
I was thinking that. You said I was like, not stopping your blog with the combination.
I was gonna say it probably sounds French.
so, well, before we get like the full reveal, how you guys feel about the drink? Give me, overall rating.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna take some more of it.
Oh, yeah.
With it.
Honestly, I'm gonna say I give it a 4. I'm not a heavy wine drinker.
4 out of 10?
For the 5 out of 5.
Out of 5. Nah, I just have to make sure.
In a while, I'm a liquor person. I haven't drank wine in a while. So for maybe say the city wine or something, it run through my blood a little bit.
That's it, dude.
I would say like maybe a 4.5. I'm not like the biggest person to have like the most knowledge on wine, but I have tried a lot of wines, red wine, white wine, and stuff like that. So I do like wine.
4 out of 5. Out of 5, right?
Yeah.
So the ranking, the big 5.
I think you said 4 out of 5.
1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10?
Okay.
It's a, hey, look, as long as we know what's going on.
Nah, wine. That's crazy. All three of us are not really a wine person. But I guess born is kind of.
No, I worked in a liquor shop before, and I tried. When I had started smoking weed when I was 20, I got into drinking, and then I got into drinking really bad, and then when I stopped being like an alcoholic drinker, and I was like, I want to like actually pay attention to what I'm drinking. So I started learning about shit, and then like wine was interesting. It was like, yo, it's grapes, bro. It's like, and then no. But the funny thing is like for instance, a lot of things that we consider to be fancy, like cognac, it's just brandy. It's just that it's called cognac because it comes from the cognac region of France. Just like champagne is just sparkling wine. It's just that it comes from the champagne region of France.
The brand makes it fancy.
That's what I mean. That's all it is. So it's like it's interesting. You know, but the grapes do it's fucked up. It is weird how like right, cause it's just grapes. Like you imagine
It's perfect.
telling you, bro, like some old white motherfucker back in the day was stepping on grapes and say, yo, I'm gonna drink this. You know what? I think about it, it's like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna do something. You know what I mean?
With bags, no, like nah.
Yo,
It's just like those. I can't remember if it was monks. I think it was monks, but they created the beer. Oh, the monk, the double. It's a type of beer, it's a style of beer, whatever. So monks created it, but it was like an accident apparently. Like apparently they left like a jar out in the sun or something. Yeah, like, that's how it ended up happening. So basically, some lazy motherfucker created it. Like, yo, bro. You know, he's like, yo, you know what? I'll get to that shit later. He came back later and said, yo.
I might be cooking.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, but it's funny though, because like I think also when it comes to like drinking, it's part of human nature. Because just like our human nature was to find food and find drink and whatever have you. Somebody, you know, they got honey mead. You have like like in Mexico they use fucking agave people. You got this. You have
Japan with the rice.
Right, exactly. You know, China, you know, the same thing. So it's like, yo, like for some reason, I guess life is so fucked up. We always been looking for a way to, you know, have fun with this shit. Word, you know, like even with gin and vodka, that was originally poor white people drinks. right?
Yeah, and Puerto Rican rum was made accidentally too on a ship, right?
I
Like,
think so. Yeah,
like the
yeah,
ship
yeah.
got sunk and
I
they
think so,
found the
yeah.
barrels, and then
Yeah.
when they brought it out, it was like, yo, it gets like I forgot what the actual story is, but I researched a little bit of it. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's how Puerto Rican rum got like made. That's crazy. Like they found the shit that they lost, the barrels they took it out, and they tasted it. It was like, yo, like, yo, what am I?
Wow. Yo, you're funny at my job. I'm not gonna say where I work at, but it's a place where you have plenty of ice cream. But like at my job, they have a bar, right? So at the bar, we just got this. I'll tell you the name of the liquor though. So it's this brand called Planter, right? So they have this. We now serve their coconut rum and their pineapple. But the coconut and pineapple rum, they're not flavored. They're actually made from us. Coconut, like the pineapple made from pineapple. Right?
Fire.
And apparently it's some old ass recipe from like that was found in the pirate ship. That's from like the 1800s.
What the fuck? Leave that.
But I'll tell you right now, this shit tastes amazing and it's vegan. So you,
Oh, I know. I already know.
yeah. But that's it.
You shaking your boot and shivering me.
That's it. Fire. It's fire. I ain't gonna lie. It's fire. Planter, that's all I know.
Alright, that's all. We gotta do this.
How's it rated?
Oh, my rating it was probably like a 4.5, 1. I'm not like I said, I'm not a heavy one. I'm a little bit.
No, we drink too. That's why I'm like.
Don't worry. Trust me.
Yeah, but even like just like tasting the wine like this is like it's dope because I never been at a wine tester before. So having this with red cups, we at a party right
You better not.
Yeah, so it's like yo, it's dope. You know, just tasting the wine with the homie. Like,
That's different. Well, I feel like I'm gonna get to what 81. I'm just going like I've been seeing white girls walk down the street carrying wine bottles. I'm just like I wanna feel the feeling because I know you want that whole experience. You getting your night ready. I be jealous of them white girls, man. It's like I'm about to go watch Netflix, man. I'm like, I don't feel good like that.
Look, I'm pretty real with you. The main reason why we did like I'm not gonna lie, we still do like half hard liquors and we do have like some margins and we have to like buy like mix some mixes and everything like that. But wine is one of the more like simpler, healthier ones. It's better for like blood flow, cholesterol levels, and everything as well. And the other half of things is like yes, this is very portion, but like where which is usually like health. Exactly. Like drinking it properly, understanding like different vibes and stuff, where it comes from, the culture behind things. So it's more of like a we gonna say they built and stuff and vibe and stuff. But like you gonna get like what did we still from?
Literally educated.
There you go. And it's just like a solid food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy that you said that? We about the same thing. Yo, so whenever y'all come out to the Cyphers, yo, we got this homie. His name is Price Spice.
Price Spice.
Yo, he makes drinks. He got the virgin drinks, and then he got drinks that got a little liquor in it. But it's organic.
Yo, like organic nuts.
It's organic. Yeah, so because of fruits, he uses sea moss. He uses vegetables, like beets and stuff. So like he mixes it in together, and he puts a little spice in there, but I say something. But but it's organic though. It's like everything. There's no like artificial juices. There's none of that. Like the other nutcrackers and stuff. So he comes out there, he sells them and stuff, and we approve of that. It's just like it's healthy at the same time, and it helps the body out. Drinking, mixing that with sea moss. Like I've never had that ever in my life. Until it came out.
Nutcracker.
Yo, you
I heard it all.
really next
That's
level.
crazy. So that's why if I ever pop out to the Cypher, y'all should copy yourself. It'd be mason jars.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he definitely mixes together. And right now one of the popular ones is the pina colada drinks.
I'm happy too. Like, I asked him about that shit like years ago, like at least 2 or 3 years ago. Cause when he finally did this season, I was like, bro, I see this shit. He's like, yeah, I'm not finding me. because he was like looking for the right way to do it, but that shit's amazing. And he got steam on it.
So you know,
Yeah,
every
come out there. Huh?
you renamed it.
Mm.
You named it Eli Colada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got time.
it's like
Fire.
Eli Colada.
Get the Eli Colada name. It was amazing.
Yeah, because he also makes like this lemonade
Yeah.
with like ginger beets and
What? There's no liquor in that one.
yeah, there's no. It's like it is good. It tastes good. Or turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah. She don't drink. But there's a like the top of like the virgin base, so it's good for the body and stuff. So it's like yeah, the lemonade that was fire. So that's why it's like it's crazy that you mentioned that because that's exactly what we do too. You know, so
Man,
like
I'm trying to have everybody like chill, but like still understand that it's like to go through these spices. My bad.
and he's vegan too.
I see this all the time. Humans amaze me. What all the things we could do, bro. Like every time I walk that bridge, I'm like, yo, humans built this shit. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did we do this shit? Like, this shit is crazy. But yeah, humans amaze me, bro. Like,
When I think about shit like that, you know what I think about? I think about the Great Wall of China.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Cause you know why? There's motherfuckers that died building that never saw that shit get finished.
Yo, bro, I'm
Man,
pissed.
I ain't even think about that.
What you mean I'm not gonna be able to see the dog?
Right?
I ain't even
But think about all the tunnels that they built. That people, that shit took like a century or something, or more than that.
Yeah, that shit took a long time.
Mad people died making that shit.
He's like, you want me to build what?
You know what I'm saying? What? I died making this shit. I don't even get. Yo, they didn't even get to do this shit on. Nothing. Motherfuckers is just like, yo, like, man, I couldn't do that, man. I was like, I love people. I got love people that do those jobs, but I couldn't do that, man. That's wild to me. Like, you motherfuckers right now building tunnels for future fucking passage from here, like Jersey, East. I'm like, yo,
Or like the joint that they brought off from New York to LA.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go crazy, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go crazy.
Oh shit, hold on. My bad. Let's finish up. We gotta slide through. How you feel about
I'm gonna say a 4.8. Because yo, you know what it is? I can't give it a 5 because at the end of the day, I don't like the way wine sits on my tongue, but I like the way it tastes, and I'm having fun. It's getting nice.
Hey, look, that's the point.
I'm about to take some more of that shit.
Oh, you know, look. It's a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie to you, this has been
Cool.
out of most of the ones that we tried, like recently for our last couple of guests, last couple of weeks that we had, this one is one of my favorites. And the funniest thing is, it is really not that crazy. We had a whole bunch of different stuff that's higher in sugar, not as healthy, stuff with higher alcohol content, it gives you a lot faster. But this has just been a lot more smoother ride, straight, consistent, and like I said, you know, not necessarily like wine drinkers, but like, you know what I mean? So, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys for black wine, but this is okay. So,
No, I like whiskey.
Also,
oh yeah.
Oh, that's
That shit's
I'm a
14
wine
per day.
drinker. I'm a wine drinker. I'm just not cultured.
Hey, look,
That's like,
Yo,
like
told you.
me and you was like the opposite.
Yeah.
You know what it is. And you do it. I've just tried it and had it.
Nah, bro.
I used to do this thing on an event. It was called Art Around the Wines. So you would have like different types of wines, describe what they taste like, different flavors, and we have to like rap about it.
oh wow.
But I just that's why I was saying like, I like it and I love the wine, but like how you got the knowledge, I just don't got that.
Nah, bro, I feel you.
Philosophy.
That's right. Wine tasting and rapping.
That shit tastes like cherry.
That's what it is. That's right.
We're doing our job, man.
Think about right now.
And not the crazy part too about and we mentioned this too a lot of times when we do like we get booked for colleges or something. Yo, hip hop is like water because it could go into any type of field, right? For example, like the one thing, rap about it, smell about it, they smell it, right? Yo, we went to the spot called Exotica. Right? Exotica is an adult industry.
Shout out to the Guns on.
Yo, it's a adult industry convention, and we be rapping with like some of the pole dancers, like the strippers that trying to promote the strip club. And yo, the fact that we got there because of rapping, you know, coming off the dome over there. So we're promoting the strip club, and we're they like I guess throwing their products out, you know, and we just rapping to the people, and it's like yo, it's crazy from the Cypher outside, us even ciphering at schools, and us ciphering at an adult industry convention. Yo, it's crazy how we could enter these different worlds.
Yeah.
Like we could rap about anything, right? And that's the beauty of you don't have to know a lot about everything, but when you freestyling, you kind of have to know a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because people gonna challenge you all the time. You know, they're gonna throw words at you, or it's like, oh, you don't know nothing about this flux capacitor or something. It's like, yeah, I know what that is. I saw it from a movie. You know, it's like, so it's crazy how we could do that. Not a lot of people could really do that and be entertaining, not be boring. You know, because that's the other aspect of rapping, coming off the dome freestyle. Because you gotta be entertaining, and we did that recently at the Times Square, like throughout the whole day, over like 200,000 people coming to the spot for the 50-year anniversary party. I mean, event, and they had all 5 elements of hip hop.
Yeah, we hosted
three
the last
days,
one.
and we were hosting the MC part, so it was like a competition, and we rapped for like 20 minutes, but we was entertaining. So it's not just like, oh, we rapping like here on stage. So that's why it's like people think it's easy, but it's not. You know?
It's gonna make it look easy, man. This is what it is.
I feel like I remember the three of us specifically learning like how to entertain. Okay. And so we was doing the Five Road tour.
Yeah.
So it was 2017. Yeah, 2017. And we was doing basically the month before the cycle started. So all April we was going to every Saturday we would go to the different borough and cycle in the spot. Yeah. But it was the city over Staten Island. And we wanted to do a cycle right outside the terminal. The ferry comes in. But there wasn't really a crowd except for every time the ferry came, whoever was passing by. So anytime the crowd came, like we like jump right back on and we were right trying to capture their attention.
Yeah.
I feel like after that we just figured it out. We could rap to people, we could rap to a crowd, we could capture a passerby's attention, mention the shoes, mention the hat he has on.
No, that's true.
Rap. And that's my memory.
No, that's a fact.
It's all about containing the people. That's why the Cyphers is like, yo, we tell rap. Yo, you could rap with each other. It's the crowd you trying to gravitate. Those are the fans. We have genuine fans. Like even this past Friday, yo, somebody from the West Coast flew out just to come to the Cypher. And he was like, yo, I'm a fan. Y'all watched that on YouTube. He even wanted to buy a shirt and everything. And I told him, like, damn, we sold out. But I was like, y'all got you, you know, like, once we get more. And then I gave him a sticker. And it's like, that's like genuine fan love right there. It's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, we got fans that really watch this. They come out, they fly out. Like, we had somebody else, the last past Friday from Connecticut coming out. And it's like, there's people that really come out and watch it. Like, it's amazing. So that's why like what we do is so important to the culture. So yo, older people, yo, if you in the industry, yo, stop playing with us. We really be this is raw hip hop. We do outside raw hip hop and home by us without the Easy Carly. And I got my little sis right here, Candy. Yeah, so yo, we really be outside, yeah. Like we really outside, yo, with the people. Like it gets crazy sometimes, but that's just part of the experience when we're outside.
Yo, you know what I want to see come to the site too, Snow the Father.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Snow the Father.
Nah,
Snow the Mexican.
This right here.
Funny. Snow the Father. That's all good. Oh no, but I will say that Lily Scott and Lily Scott is one of my favorite MCs personally.
I'm about to say that. She's still
Nah, I mean she still got music, yeah.
Say that. Alright, y'all, give me a second real quick. We gotta make sure we slide right through. So we all gave it a thumbs up approval. Pretty much 4.5.
Oh yeah, boy.
So we're not gatekeeping the bottle, y'all. Y'all definitely can try this out. It's the Berger. We're looking at the Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 2021. Oh, here you go.
2021. Yeah.
Yes. So it's decently aged. It's definitely a solid wine. Nose is solid. Smooth drink throughout the taste. 100%. I recommend to you guys personally. As you can see, I got
Can't
the type
say
of a little bit of real.
Yeah, now you gonna pop out the whiskey.
Oh,
I don't know if they can really see it, but what?
I'm glad everybody else like was on the same page. When I said four, I was like, I'm drinking that not feeling this wine on four. No way. Good wine before, you know what I mean? I was like, not that I'm expecting it to you're really hitting for a second. I was going, shit.
I feel like it hits the buzz a lot.
It's only 2,000 on my taste score.
It's not. Well, it's like what 8.5 ABV,
14.8.
14.8.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
And then honestly, it was not even like a full show. It was So honestly, this last.
I'm real bad in this shit. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I know what the vibe is. Anyway, so that's not one. So 100%, you guys definitely mess the bottom. Definitely set and have a great night. But we got to slide through to get to the rest of the section of the rest of stuff going on. So for us at the Delusional podcast, we each embody something a little bit more because we're all a little bit more human than everything. Everybody has to little silly moments, little dumb moments, a little bit delusional moments. And to give more of a wider spectrum and a better explanation in senses. Yes, they're good and bad, but also more about the embodiment and how to take those things. Well, for example, that feeling of being drunk is not necessarily awful to feel it. It could just be more like, how you in that moment. Like, for example, a cypher. When you're in that mode and that vibe and that feeling, you're like, okay, I'm in that mindset that time is moving slowly for the cypher. The delusional aspect of like wanting and achieving and letting people understand the fact that your ideas and how you move and how your lifestyle what impacts you and makes you who you are. That's how the world should see things and how it should move towards you. The little delusional aspect of stuff. And then there's the moment of like willing to understand, like, I don't know everything, but I'm okay with moving and living my life towards a certain aspect, bit by bit, step by step, as I learned in the world. It's not necessarily all a bad thing, but more of a matter of just like, sometimes I'm a little dumb, sometimes I might be drunk, sometimes I'm amen to that. In my case, I'm drunk. What is that? So I'm going to ask you guys, which one do you think you fall like a little bit more of if you had to choose one of each? You'd be like, well, my characteristics or like my lifestyle, things I do, might embody this more a little bit more.
You know how they got like lucid dreaming?
I'm like lucid. Okay. But he's painting that picture. He's making it come true. That's.
I really am. I'm like I feel delusional sometimes, but I know I'm here at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I say lucid dreaming.
That's all.
Look, definitely not.
I might be good. All right, Curly, that's another one for you. That's fair.
I honestly feel that I know it's gonna sound maybe it'll make myself sound crazy, but I am a Leo. But I do feel that I'm smarter than I'm supposed to be. And what I mean by that is that I do some dumb shit, but I know what I'm doing even though it's dumb.
Right.
And like my point, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a responsible dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm an honest liar, and
Wait, what?
I would like myself. You know what I mean? Look, you know what? I will never lie or cheat or steal from somebody I love, but on my enemies, fuck yourself. I don't got love. I don't serve you no loyalty. But nah. I mean, look. I feel like I'm a comedian, but there's a lot of times in my mental health that I feel like I'm very much looking at myself from the outside in, and it's weird because I'm trying to. I don't know if they call it imposter syndrome, but I'm trying to like make sure that I'm who I am. No matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a reality check.
So wait, so are you dumb or are you delusional?
Oh.
You said 3, yeah.
Cause he said he's
Well, let's see. Am I dumb or delusional? I'll tell you one thing. Definitely not drunk yet. But dumb never.
okay.
I will say delusional because delusion is what allows me to cause the confusion in my mind to allow me to lie with life and make sure I make shit happen.
Amen. Okay. That's some view. Yeah. What, re-up on me this? You know what we got? Where you at?
I mean, man, I feel like all of them.
Yeah, but like, which one are you really going to? Everybody's altered. Like,
I'm really not.
The dumb part happens when I overthink, I guess.
That's real.
The drunkenness comes when, I guess, when I go through something, when I'm going through something, which is all the time. But delusional, I think sometimes when I think something is gonna happen, it happens, but in a way that I didn't realize it wasn't. Because I thought it was gonna happen this way, and it's like, damn, see, I should have seen more of the bigger picture, more of it. Because I always analyze things through a bigger picture, more than a small thing. Like, so for me, it's always been like that. It's always like, I look at it from the outside more because it's like how others perceive things, and I also analyze things and be like, all right, cool. And then I try to put those images in my head, see how I can calculate them, and then that's when the dumbness happens because sometimes when I overthink something, I'm like, damn, maybe I'm just overthinking. I'm not dumb to try to think like this. So that's probably that's why I'm like,
he's like, it's to the point where like I'm balanced out because I understand what my life's and how I process shit.
yeah,
So it's just,
because in order for you to understand both sides, you got to balance them out. So that's why, like, I gotta be able to analyze both situations. So the reason why I was looked out from outside and within, so that's why it's like being able to figure those parts out makes me be like, damn, like I'm dumb and smart. So it's like then sometimes it's just like I guess we all be overthinking a lot too. So that's probably why I like the losing it happening, the drunkenness happening because we're like, yo, we overthinking this, I'm doing the right thing. And it's not just drunkenness of vices, but it's drunkenness of emotions too, or like your egos, or like just like outside of your vices. That's also a vice too, like your ego, your emotions, because you're getting drunk over that. It's like, damn, like, you gotta relax sometimes. You gotta make sure you balancing yourself out. So yeah, I guess that's yeah, like don't drunk delusion.
alright, what about you, Victoria?
I would probably say sometimes it leads more to like the delusion side. Only because like I think like everybody to a certain extent they might be in their head about things. But I know better than to I'll let some shit play out before I fully get on it because something could seem like something and then you see what goes on and you might be wrong about the situation. So if you like you wouldn't necessarily see me just like fighting or screaming or something. If I am, you really cross the line, you just crazy. I'm going. Like I'm going to be justified if I win. I'm not just going to do it and then I got to pop. He getting snuffed. He violated.
You deserve
But sometimes even in our conclusions, we may be right, but it's just how we go about it or what all we're thinking at the moment. So it's like sometimes if you get a grip on it, try to fall back, keep game, listen, see what's really going on. You'll know if on the right track or yes.
Another that you probably learn more from a delusion than you do from being dumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was dumb in school, so I learned the rest. But it's with the book for you to learn something. Read! Yes, sir.
Alright, so I got asked out this. The most important question of the night. We got 10 minutes left.
Go ahead.
Drake or Kendrick?
And obviously,
They like legendary Cyphers. You know what? Yo, tell Drake and Kendrick, yo, if anybody got a connection,
come to the Cyphers, bro.
Let me see.
Drake not coming, but Kendrick might come. Yo, man.
Yo, honestly, I'll be real with you. You know what's funny is that I think what's crazy is that if Drake did come, here's my thing. If Drake came to the site, it would be weird to receive him. Only because I have to say it like that. It'd be weird to receive him because although yes, he's a star and all that stuff, he just unfortunately has an affinity towards younger women that would just be weird to kind of like, hey, I'm glad to hear rapping. And it's not to make fun of him or whatever. I'm just being honest, bro. Like you can't be mad at the truth that's out there that people that talk about it. If it wasn't true, then why aren't you trying to fight against it? But anyway, but Kendrick, by all means, I already know. Like Kendrick, I feel like would pull up, like just chill, like a motherfucker just went to the bodega and came back like, yo, what up, y'all? You know what I mean? And then we would just be like rapping, and I can see him rapping with Eli more. Like we'd all be rapping and stuff, but I can see him and Eli going, huh?
I ain't gonna lie, I can see J. Cole pulling up.
I wish.
He was probably vibing.
Yeah, he probably was, man. He probably wrote through some man.
Yo, listen, man.
I'm working on it.
Hey.
Yo, we got.
Yo, as far as old heads, I would definitely be happy. As much as funny, I was never a Cameron fan. But not because I don't like Cameron. I didn't come up with him. Like I said, by that time I was already trying to rap. So, but if Cameron came to the site, I was definitely like, fuck it.
Okay. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah, he's like,
yeah. You say something. Honestly, it's been a while since I really like dove in since any situation happened, but I mean, I never had no problem with Drake before that. Like, music was fine. I'm not gonna act like I hopped on a Kendrick bandwagon. Like,
Yeah.
I listen to Kendrick when I listen to Kendrick. I haven't bought the Black Album. Nothing against it. I'm just in my own creative mindset because it's my framework. But like, I don't just like Drake. The man can rap. He can make good music. You know what I mean? He got some questionable
taste.
so that I'm not gonna accept it. But
But the biggest thing is, yo, come out to the site.
Or come out to the site.
That's the main objective. It's like, yo, pull up to the Cypher, you'll get to meet some people, get to listen to some bars. Yo, listen, crazy part. Yo, people have met there and got married. Okay? You know what I mean? Even had kids, you feel me? So and it's like but they had like it's crazy. So you might meet your significant other there. Who knows? I mean,
You looking for that love and basketball, right?
Love and Cypher. Love and Cypher.
Matter of fact, love and hip hop.
Yo, tell them to pull up. Yo, this that real love and hip hop. Yo, producers could come through. We just had
shout out to Brooke.
With Brooke. Yo, it was dope. Like they had 12 producers. Yo, they play their beats out there, and they probably exchange their info with other artists. Yo, that's like dope to them. Hey, shout out to the homie Ernie from Crazy Balls I've Heard.
Or he came through.
Yeah, if y'all don't know who that is, yo, definitely check him out too. He got a dope platform. Yeah, if you ever heard Crazy Balls I've Heard, yo, that's the homie. Shout out to the homie. Yeah, he came through too. This Friday we about to have a special guest too. Just found out yesterday. They gonna pull up, and yo, y'all definitely gonna want to come out. It's definitely a dope artist of time. So yeah, yo, every Friday, yo, we outside. Come through. Shout out to Price Spice too.
Or make sure y'all get a Price Spice drink one time.
Yeah, shit, y'all got me so see what? You get salt. That's what I saw.
Or yo, he be having the hibiscus and
the.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, back in the
You want to know?
Pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up.
You want to know
Price
what's
Spice.
It's a little nice, fancy mason jars. About witness everything we talked about tonight. Shout out to the homies right here for reaching out.
Yo, thank you
Honestly, well, look, man. We about to slide through. We about to chill and shit. And motherfucker's funny as hell.
Yo, shout out to the first time I ever did a protest thing.
Oh, yo, man. I'm glad you experienced it. Good, bro. Yo, I'm glad. I'm like, yeah, wait, I can't even know that line, bro. Like, come on, man.
You got the word. It's the fruits of your labor, like the protest thing.
Oh, yeah. It's like, something what's going on.
You can't stop something.
Shit.
I even know y'all want.
Like you say, you
So, Curly, before we sign out with anything, you think you got a bar or something?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm shy, bro. I'm shy. Nah, they're professionals. Nah.
Everybody else?
I ain't got no.
You not getting no?
Like my nigga, yeah, I was sick.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time you gonna be in the cycle.
I'm start writing, bro.
You go.
Yeah, I'm motivated now.
He's not motivated.
Yeah, bro.
You're not got the bar today, but you got the bar tonight.
Nice.
Drink up, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Appreciate the cycle for sliding by, coming by, getting dumb drunk and delusional with your boys.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm glad you had a good wine experience, man. I want to be like, yo, man, never again. I'm drinking water. Cheers to that.
Man.
But you know what the vibes is. You know what we up to. You can find them every Friday. You can find us all the Sundays. Get a dumb drunk delusional. Popping out to the Legendary Cyphers. Cyphering with the legends. You know what the vibe is. You know what we up to. Appreciate you guys for tapping in and tuning in and showing us some love. Make sure y'all checking out the docs and everything so we can share the love and make a better community on both sides, y'all. But you know what it is. It's your boys at the DD Podcast.